AR period reduction is a systemic strategy development example, specifically investigating a company's attempts to decrease its average accounts receivable period, which it believes is costing them money. This particular module is the situation segment, and we'll go ahead and talk about the context of the situation itself. So that the company makes a sale to the customer. That sale results in an order being placed by the customer, resulting in a shipment of what the customer ordered to the customer, and in response, the company creates an invoice and sends the invoice to the customer with the expectations that the customer will pay the invoice in 30 days or less. That invoice, when it's created, adds to the accounts receivable of the company. And later on, when the customer actually pays the bill, it decreases the accounts receivable. Now, presently within BBD, it's a fictitious name, and BBD just stands for big box distribution, or any other name you want to provide to this company. The current average AR period is 53 days. And the accountants in the company, you know, those people with two left brains, have decided that 53 days, the carrying cost of having paid for what they delivered to the customer and waiting another 33 days to get their payments is in fact costing them a lot of money, and it is likely to be the case. And if the company could in fact reduce its average AR period to just 51 days, if they could reduce it from 53 to 51 days, they could in fact save a substantial amount of money. So the difference between the current AR period and the desired AR period actually represents a gap, and that gap is an impetus to take action specifically intended to reduce the current AR period, and we have a balancing structure. And management, in its infinite wisdom, went to the accounts receivable department, a huge department of 3 people, and told them that if they didn't reduce the accounts receivable from 53 to 51 days by the end of the year, and you know they've got about 2 months to do this, that management will fire them. So 2 months passed, it gets to the end of the year, and lo and behold, the average accounts receivable is still 53 days. So management fires them and hires 3 new people to assume the responsibility. And what do you think the likely outcome is going to be? You probably don't have to think about it very long to guess. So the next several sections of this example will investigate the situation of why the average accounts receivables are the way they are, and what the organization might actually do from an intelligent perspective to actually reduce the average accounts receivable, as opposed to simply firing more people to attempt to fix the situation. Now this is I admit this is in fact a trumped up example, which was taken from a story called Fire the Bunch, which was in a book by Once Upon a Complex Time, Using Stories to Understand Systems, by Richard Bryton. And it just turned out to be a nice story, which at the end you'll notice that there's a twist on it that's actually not in the story, which I was actually, when the twist arrived, when I first worked through this, it was actually a surprise to me. So we'll continue on through this in the next several modules, and hope you find it meaningful as an aid to getting a better understanding of what it means to do a systemic strategy development. See you in the next video. Bye.